we've been going through all of the Marvel movies like in order, right? And,
Nice.
and
Because
like
Doomsday's coming.
exactly. So we're trying to catch up because Atlas hasn't seen them all. He hasn't seen most of them. Carly hasn't seen them all. So I'm just like, okay, we need like I can't be the only one who's like really into this. And we're all going together.
Hmm.
I want us all to be there, you know? So we started watching them, and like the first night we were like I don't know I mean, we had all day. It was like Saturday or whatever. When we had all, or it was Sunday. We had all day. It was like, you know, we watched Iron Man, we watched Iron Man 2, we watched Thor, we watched, you know, like we went through like four movies. I was like, dude, I was like, we're almost to Avengers. We only need Captain America, and then it's time for Avengers. So I was like, I'm so freaking ready for this. So yesterday we watched Captain America, and I was like, okay, we need to finally freaking watch Avengers. And then Atlas is like, oh, can I play Roblox? Can I do this? And I'm like, yes, but the movie is like 2.5 hours long. We need to start this
It's a
thing.
long one. It's
Yes.
super long.
Oh, dude. So, but we watched it, and I was like, oh my God, I need to. We need to finish it because he's going with his mom tomorrow. And I was like, I can't stop
So
it.
there's gonna be a break.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, we can't stop it and then start it again on like Sunday. You know, like I don't want to do that. Stop it.
Hmm.
But yeah, so anyway, we watched it. So I figured this episode we could just do like short and sweet, and just like answer if we have like
Awesome.
four questions. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? I know you guys have a
Perfect.
lot of stuff going on, but
No, nothing.
yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, no. We're
Yeah.
good.
We're good. Okay. All right. So we are recording. Okay, okay. For
Oh,
like cold
I know
open.
what I can talk about.
Go
I
ahead.
always have like a mental. It's so funny. It's like in a race.
Yeah.
But we went and saw the Sweeney Todd play at Cultural Park, and I highly recommend it.
Heck yeah. That's freaking amazing.
It was
I
surprisingly great.
That's awesome, dude. I've never seen it live. I have been to Cultural Park. I remember I've never I'm an old adult now. I'm like full old man now, Steven. I've been a parent for over a decade, right?
Mm-mm.
But I've never felt like more of an adult than the one time I went to Cultural Park Theater and I sat down with the owner of Cultural Park Theater and asked them how much it was to rent out the theater. And I was like,
Mm.
I literally in the moment had the most childish thoughts. I'm just like, I'm such an adult right now. I'm such an adult. Like, this
I'm
isn't.
doing business. Da, da,
I,
da, da.
yeah, that's exactly how my brain where I was like, I'm a businessman being very businessy. Anyway, so but you saw the play. I saw Little Shop of Horrors there, but I haven't seen Sweeney Todd at all ever, except for the movie.
So,
How
yeah,
was
so since the girls were so familiar with Sweeney Todd,
yeah,
I think it worked out well. Like that's probably the perfect play for us to see because like they literally, Cammy especially, we showed her the Johnny Depp one and she was so obsessed with it that she must have rewatched it like 12 times.
right?
Like singing the songs and everything. So anyways, the play all the actors did a really good job. And I guess the Mrs. Lovett is actually like the middle school like Oasis Middle School. She's like either the music teacher or the art teacher or
Oh,
something.
that's cool.
But she was like one of the best parts of the play. She was such
Right.
a good Mrs. Lovett. But yeah, like there was Joanna's voice was like crazy, like the actress
Yeah,
that played her, like younger girl, and she
cool.
like the full operatic Joanna, like all the it was crazy. I was very impressed. Like it was local theater. It's not even Broadway Palm, which is a little
Right.
bit more
Yeah.
there's definitely Broadway Palm has some pretty good actors there. So I wasn't like I guess I went into it with like an open mind and my
Yeah.
open mind was completely blown. It was
That's
awesome. Like it
freaking
was
awesome,
like
dude. I mean,
wasn't expecting it and then it was
yeah,
just fantastic. So,
that's probably like the best perspective to have with most
yeah.
things. Like I hope when people read our books or watch our show or whatever, they're not like, this better be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. It better be the best thing ever. They're just like, all right, well, we'll
Like
see how
this guy is no Josh Groban.
like
Like
oh, okay, okay, yeah. No, that's awesome, dude. I want to go see something that like so Atlas recently did I tell you he auditioned for theater like for drama club?
no, that's awesome. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so Atlas spent like a like a solid week just memorizing this one like short, you know, short scene basically. And he would just like he was saying it all the time over and over and over because I was making him. And
Hmm.
and but he got so good at it, you know, it was just one of those things where he was just like like a natural of doing this thing and it was very funny. And I was just so excited for him and he went and dude like he came like when I went to pick him up, the drama teacher was literally like at the car and she was just like, "Are you Atlas did amazing." She was like, he volunteered to go first.
He's
It was
probably
incredible.
the most prepared kid she's ever seen.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, Atlas was like, yeah, Atlas was like, Dad, we were allowed to bring the script, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, listen, I didn't mean to whiplash you, but I whiplashed you. I was just like, listen, your mother is gonna feel these insults if you don't get these lines right. I know I didn't do that at all. No, I didn't Joe Jackson him. I was just like trying to be supportive, and it worked. I didn't realize he was allowed to bring the script. He was completely off book, and I was like, heck yeah. So I'm super excited to like see whatever play they perform, but also like take him to things now because he's like getting more and more interested in like seeing performances. So like yeah, I have to look up and see like what other local plays are going on.
Sweeney Todd's playing this week, I think. It's only like for a week, but you should,
Yeah.
if you guys can grab tickets, I recommend it because it was pretty great. Granted, it's all the way freaking in Cape Coral, so you're gonna have a hell of a time. But and
Eh.
then I actually for our anniversary, I bought Tina and I tickets to Broadway Palm in February. We're gonna go see Fiddler on the Roof there. So
Oh, cool. Hmm.
yeah,
I
which I've
love
actually
that.
I've never even seen Fiddler on the Roof. I don't even know what the story is for
No,
Fiddler, which is
Steven, wait,
crazy.
wait,
I
wait,
know it's
wait,
like
wait. I know we're still in a cold open. I should just cut all this, but I'm not because I'm sleepy. We'll get to that later. But before we talk about our issues, I want to do a quick, I want to do a quick conjectures, Fiddler,
ooh,
performance conjectures.
conjectures.
Steven,
Performance conjectures.
Steven, what do you think the story of Fiddler
So
on the
there's only one problem because I am
Okay,
completely in the dark because I genuinely don't know the plot, but I do know the one song kind of. So from that one song, I can like kind of pull.
yeah,
Um, if I was a rich man, I know that song a little bit, especially because Tina's made me watch it recently because she like sings it all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So my theory is it's probably like some sort of like timepiece like story about like this guy who probably has a very difficult job, probably
Right.
like works really hard with his hands and back and body, and wishes he was a rich man so he could live like the wealthy do. So I'm not really sure what the main plot would be, whether it's just like a slice of life play where it's like you're focusing on this guy's like,
Yeah. Okay.
and then him accepting like the world he lives in because he is still surrounded by like, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know where the fiddler or the roof come into play.
Okay, so
Maybe
here's
he
the thing, Steven. It's
fiddles.
actually where Batman came from. It was
Oh
it
wow.
was yeah,
This
yeah.
is
So
when the Waynes die. It's the night
yeah,
of the
yeah.
death.
This
It's
is
the
it was
night of the
actually
murder.
so what happened was the reason Johnny is so good at the fiddle is because his parents played fiddle every single night on the
Yes,
roof
that makes sense.
of their house. And his father would play fiddle to distract people from the fact that he was actually looking over the streets to fight crime. He was a fiddler on the roof who would then like
Who
fight.
would best low level demons when he was younger until eventually. And I guess the last song of the play, from what I understand, is literally "The Devil Went Down to Georgia," which is where this whole play takes place for some reason.
No, it's not. I mean the fiddler on the so it's surprisingly not as important to the general plots, as they were. I do love some of the characters in that play though, and I love
Mm.
the main character and the way he talks to the audience slash God is really interesting. But they all have
Mhm.
issues. Speaking of issues, segue. Let's get to our show. Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony,
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
and every week my best friend Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various fiddlers on the roof. No, we don't. That sounds wrong. No, we overcome the
We deal
deep
with the diddlers on the roof.
yeah,
No,
yeah. Yeah, we don't like cellists. No, but every week we get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles and demonic forces that would take our fiddles from us in order to get something done. And most recently, we've been working on a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic called Deathless. We're on issue 4, and we always start the show just kind of talking about like what we did this week. Then we get into like we tell a few quick stories. Sometimes we answer questions, and then we talk about what we're going to do the next week, and then we get
Mhm.
the heck out of here. So to start us off, Steven, how did you do this week?
I did finish page 19. I didn't start 20 yet, but 19 is done and uploaded to the
Oh,
drive.
dude,
So
that's amazing. That's really
four
good.
page, 5 pages.
I
Yeah.
Dude, I am like this close to finishing. I did a lot of work on the page that I was working on, but like I literally have like one character. You know how it works coloring the comics. Like I
Hmm.
have one character left
I
on one
work my
page.
way up from the
Yeah,
background.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I do all the backgrounds on the panels, then I do all the character, then I do one character, whoever's the most, and then like frequency, and then it's like and then whoever's the least on the page, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna color you real quick. So right now I'm coloring Douglas, and he's only on the page once, so I'm just like, okay, we're good, and I'm almost done. So I'm almost done with that page, and then I'm gonna move on. I've been okay. So this is what happened to me this week. This is why I like somewhat succeed. Like I had a fuck s. I succeeded and failed, but like,
Mm.
dude, we got back from our honeymoon. We were we're starting strong. We're feeling okay and everything, and like work's been a little stressful for me lately. So I feel like I'm a little run down from it. But dude, that's not even it. So we went to go see Motion City Soundtrack, and it was awesome.
Yes.
It was freaking awesome. It was so much fun. It was so great. But both Atlas and Carly just got run down with something. Like just like on the way home, both
Oh
of them were like
no.
blah blah blah. Like, and I'm just like, okay, I'm fighting. I am not getting sick. I'm not getting sick. I'm like talking to myself.
Take them airborns.
Yeah,
Stay on
that's what
top
I
of this fighter.
literally did. Like I'm just, oh my God, I'm fighting for my life over here, but also I feel so bad for them because like I mean Atlas is on the mend, like you could tell he's like getting better and better, but Carly was on the mend, and then suddenly like now she's getting like she got more sick again. It did the like just suddenly dipped. You know that the freaking second act dip that happens where you're like, oh, I thought I was
Hmm.
getting better, but I guess not. So anyway. I've been just unable to sleep. Like I've gotten zero sleep in the past like 3 days, and it's just been
Mm.
crap. Like my body is just ready. That's why I'm just like, we'll do a quick episode. I'm very tired. I just need to sleep. Um,
We
but
gave the people a long live episode last week. They'll
yeah,
be forgiving, right? We
yeah.
lose every sub.
So I figure, okay, so these are the two things I'd like to get done this episode before we like just say goodbye. I want to, okay, I want to tell a quick story about Atlas sleeping on the way home from the concert because it was the funniest thing I've experienced in a long time. But first, I wanted to ask you, Steven, and I just remembered something, which is oh my God, Steven, what's your experience, both either you or anyone in your life, at any point with like sleepwalking or sleep talking, like sleep
So
acting?
Rachel, so I have a few. So
Yeah.
Rachel, my sister who
Mhm.
passed away, rest her soul. She was a notorious sleepwalker. We used to have to like my mom used to have to get a chain. Remember how we used to have a chain lock
Yeah.
on my house on yeah. We had a chain lock not for our security but for Rachel.
Right.
Because Rachel would literally wake up in the middle of the night and she'd walk out the front door.
Oh my
Like when
God.
she was young, all the way. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, so
That is
she had
terrifying.
this horrible sleepwalking. So yeah, like we dealt with that often. I'm trying to think about sleep talking. Brandon had a few moments. There's a few funny moments, and we obviously
That's
have the
what
Tina one.
that's the Tina one's funny, but like, that's what the Brandon one is the thing I just remembered where I was like, do you remember when we were like playing video games on the couch and Brandon came out in the middle of the night? Do you remember this, Steven?
I do kind of, and
Steven. Okay, audience, everyone, friends,
it's not the
colony.
fire one, right?
No. Okay, well, there
That's a
wasn't.
different story.
Okay, Steven, dude. So we're sitting on the couch. Steven had we had like he has like two living rooms. Yeah, at the that house. There's like the main
Mhm.
family living room, but then there's like the little like Florida room, like the little area where like we had a
It
TV.
was actually, to be fair, I think that was technically the dining room, but my mom
Yeah,
used the great area for the dining room, and
yeah,
then we just had like a secondary den in the dining room.
yeah. It was a small. It was
It was cool,
that's
though.
exactly what it was. But it was a perfect little second area for us. We
It was
just
a little
had
cave,
it
a
was a
little
little cave
cave in
for
the
us. It
house.
was
Yeah.
off to the side, and we got to watch movies and play games and all that stuff. So I was over Steven's house. We're just like hanging out. I don't remember for sure if we're playing games or watching something, but it was late. I remember it was pretty late. So we're just like hanging out. And I remember we hear a noise to the left where the hallway was, where Brandon's room was. And he shuffles out. Brandon has to be like 10 years old at this time. Shuffles out with his back toward us, and he's just like standing there. And we're like, what's he doing? You
What's
know,
up,
he's just
buddy?
standing there. And out of nowhere, he pulls his pants down and just starts peeing onto a garbage bag.
I
That was
remember
oh, do you remember this?
he was actually even younger because my mom and dad were still together, so he was
That's
probably only like 6 or 7.
yeah, dude, it's so freaking crazy. Because we're just sitting
You're
there
like
like
so confused.
we were so, and yeah, I mean, he was dead asleep. He's completely no. The funniest thing about that,
Just
I mean, no, it's everything about this is funny. Don't get me wrong, but the funniest thing about this is his proximity to the bathroom. He's literally facing the bathroom, like literally, like he if his stream were stronger, he would have made it to the toilet. That's how close he was to the bathroom. But he peed on the floor in front of it instead. It's so good. Oh, God.
oh, that's classic.
But oh,
He
dude, that
was
was so
so yeah.
so, okay, my brother used to talk in his sleep all the time. Like I've always done the thing in my sleep where I'll start talking, but I'll like I'll become conscious as I'm saying a thing, realizing like no, there aren't any berries. Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm,
Okay. And then I'm just like, never mind, nothing, you know, but like no one's ever told me otherwise that I'm just saying stuff, you know? Um
mm.
so we're on the way home from the concert, Stephen. Okay, now it's late. You know, the concert, like the show ends. We actually left before the last band because Motion City Soundtrack had played first, and I thought Carly was going to want to
Who
stay.
closed the show?
Say Anything ended up closing the show for
Say
some reason.
Anything was the closer.
Dude, they weren't the closer.
They're
I don't know what happened, but here's the thing. Motion City played their entire set. They didn't change anything because we looked up the set list beforehand. Like I don't know what happened.
Mhm.
For some reason they swapped, which ended up being a blessing because
Oh
Carly
yeah.
Carly and Atlas both felt like started feeling like run down right toward the end of their set, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And so we made our way out. They were, a little like under the weather as we were driving, and then like the next day they were obviously sick, and I was like, "Okay, I don't know what happened here, but this is a fast situation. I hate
Hmm.
it." But dude,
You like, got sick there or
that's how it.
something
That's I
somehow.
don't know. Dude. I have no like it was a lot, and it was
Obviously, they had to have
they
gotten
had to
sick
have been
prior because
they
there's no
had to have
way.
gotten
There's no
sick
way you would
prior.
have shown those symptoms.
I think so too. I just don't know. Like it was just one of those things where it was like maybe like the adrenaline of the show and everything, they weren't
Mm.
like feeling it, and then the exhaustion from standing there. I don't know. But what I do know, Steven, is it's late. We're in the car. Carl's and I are, driving home. We're talking. We're like kind of singing songs a little bit and talking about the show and just like being people. And Atlas falls asleep in the back because it's late.
Mm.
Dude, we're about we're about 15 minutes from home, okay? Like 15, 20 minutes from home. And Atlas, I hear him like sitting up, like straight, like sitting up. And I'm like, hey, buddy. I was like, do you sleep? And he's just like, I was like, what? He goes, I'm okay. And I'm like, okay. And I turn around. I turn around. Steven, I turn around and his hands are under the seat, like digging. Like he's like digging for something. And
He's
I'm
just in
like,
his own world.
yeah, no, dude. So I go, Atlas, what are you doing, buddy? And he goes, I'm just, I'm just, and I'm like, what do we, how do I? So I'm like, buddy, are you asleep? And he goes, no. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? If you're not asleep, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm just, I'm just, I'm just like, I'm, and I'm just like. I'm like, okay, this kid is 100% asleep. Like he is dead
He is
asleep.
having a full conversation with me, but it's like some sort of weird partial dream conversation where
Dude,
he's talking to like some magical dragon teddy bear, and you are not Anthony.
so yeah, so for a moment I start getting concerned where I'm like, is he okay? And then I'm like, no, he's definitely asleep because he starts saying this. He says, I have to make the box bigger. And we're like, what does that mean? And he goes, I have to make the box bigger for the players. Like,
What?
what? I don't know what you mean. And I was
What
like,
players?
what players? And then he just like fell asleep. He just like passed back out. And we're like, what just happened? Like we were incepted into his dream. Like he was like, no, I'm not gonna be in your reality. You come into mine, and you see I'm creating worlds. I'm fabricating worlds for players, father.
Listen, we're stretching boxes to fit the players. You on point? You got this? You understand the mission?
Dude, it was nuts. And it was so funny and so clear. And like we were cracking up about it the whole freaking like the rest of the way home. And then since then, um, oh, that being said, okay, Steven, I just wanted to tell that story really fast and talk about that. But we have like three quick questions from the colony before we get out of here. So let's see if we can
Noise.
give people something interesting. Do you have it in you to sing a song of any sort, or do you want to do a quick intro?
Grab that guitar. It's time to ask your fucking questions. You got your snacks and your drinks, and you wanna ask questions.
Question.
Be- because it's questions from the colony. With Anthony, I stole the rhyme and gave it to Steven, not Steven Wildcard. Questions from the colony.
Questions from the colony. All right, if this is your first episode with us and you made it this far, first of all, welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button and like and share it with everyone. But every once in a while on this ridiculous show where we talk about our own personal issues with creation and, like life, the universe, and everything, we like to give people the opportunity to ask us questions about our process and about our friendship and about our lives and also about the world at large. So this week we have a few questions. The first few questions come from the same person, my wife. They come from KT Carlisle. She says, "Have Steven, hang on, I'm gonna put us both on the screen real quick." So she asks, "Have you made the boxes bigger for the players?"
Yes, we've actually stretched the boxes with Dream Magic, and now they're just bigger and they fit all of the players comfortably.
We're insane.
Does that couch fold out into a bed? Yeah, totally sweet bed. But that's Jenkins.
Okay,
this is your bed. Dude.
How am I supposed to get a chicken nut? You can get a chicken. Okay,
you couldn't get all the players in that box if you had a dollar bill sticking out.
Yeah, I could. No, dude. Okay, we're gonna quote all of basketball right now because we're dorks. So okay, her second question is, how big do the boxes need to be for optimal gameplay, Steven?
So for optimal gameplay, you actually need a box the size of a football field, believe it or not. I mean, that just makes sense. So very large. I believe Amazon makes one that size.
What shape are the boxes?
Rectangular.
Okay, and will Atlas ever live this down? Is her final question.
Never. If I'm allowed to give a toast at Atlas's wedding, I'm going to say,
100%.
Here's to stretching the box to the size you need it to be, buddy. And everyone's gonna think I'm saying something really bad, but it's just a dream from his childhood.
If people don't know, then they don't deserve to be there.
They don't deserve to be there.
So, okay, our next question comes from Leo, who asks, "What's your favorite video game? What's your favorite video game, Steven, of all time?"
So I have quite a few, but if I'm going to give my most honest when it comes to soundtrack replayability and a game that I lived and breathed for such a long time, it's the original Mega Man X for Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
It's really a three-way tie between Mega Man X, Super Metroid, and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Those are my three favorite, all for the SNES, and those are my three favorite games of all time. I can literally boot up any of those games and have as much fun as I did the first day I played them. I love those games.
I think that's like the best possible experience, right? For those that I mean, that's the way to answer. My answer is I'm probably for similar reasons, like Mario 3, Mario World.
Oh yes,
I could play Mario World all day. It's just so much fun. Also, newer games like Super Meat Boy is one of my favorite games. I just freaking love that game.
Super Meat Boy is great, dude. Hollow Knight. If you have never played Hollow Knight, I highly recommend it. Yeah. You would love it.
Yeah. But man, I don't probably those as far as favorite. Otherwise I like puzzle games. I really like Portal. But there's not enough.
Portal, I played both of them. Portal 1 and 2 were freaking both amazing.
Oh yeah, I freaking love
those. What other indie games I played, because we were playing a lot of indie games at that point too. Super Meat Boy, Portal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's some pretty awesome like
Oh,
not AAA games that are amazing.
you know it's an underrated game. That I just talked about yesterday with my wife. I can say that now. But Oddworld.
So
Oddworld's
awesome.
a freaking
Odd,
awesome.
all of them too. Oddworld, the first one obviously is just great,
Yeah.
but the second one, I think it's Abe's Exodus. I think that was the
Mhm.
second one. That one was did everything the first one did, but better, added more to it. But
Nice.
yeah, those games are. I love games like that where like it's definitely it's a game where you have to fight bad guys, but you have to fight them creatively because you're
Yeah.
like this weak little guy, you know. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's such it was such a cool concept for the time. Now, fun fact about the original Oddworld,
Hmm.
graphically, I just assumed they were bad graphics. So for the longest time, the indent on the side of his head I
Yeah.
thought was his eye, and his eye I thought were his teeth. So I thought he was like this
Oh.
weird like
Yeah. Yeah.
tooth, but no, that's his little eye. That were what I thought were teeth were his eyes. I don't even know why I thought they were teeth. But then when I finally saw, I'm like, oh, these graphics are actually a lot better than I gave it credit for. I thought he was like some like distorted
Like short.
faced creature.
Huh.
Yeah, I
Now
was
I
like,
want to
this
look at
looks
Abe and
never art at
see
all.
like yeah, yeah.
Look at the original. Look at like type PS1 Oddworld. Look at
Yeah.
like the original like frames, and you'll see what I'm seeing. It's so
Oh, for
funny.
sure. Okay, Stephen, the final question we have from the colony is it's a really good question. Uh, who was your favorite character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oof, this is tough because there really are so many good
It
characters.
is.
But I
Like,
think even with one of the worst actions in the whole series, like committed by this character, his redemption and
has to be
like
Spike, right?
Spike.
Come on, man,
Spike
Spike.
is the
I,
best character
I will
on
say,
Buffy.
like, and I totally agree with what you were saying, and I know what you're
Yeah,
referring
that scene's
to.
rough. That scene's rough.
There are
But
things that Spike does that obviously detestable, right? I mean, he's a villain who goes through a
mhm.
whole hero arc and redemption arc in the best way and craziest ways possible. That being said, dude, there are so many good characters in Buffy. I was thinking about this, like I read that question, I was like, oh
Anya's
my God.
great
You know who I like, Steven, who's your favorite not main character in Buffy? Like
from
peripheral
Buffy.
character.
So
Yeah.
So we're gonna assume, like, obviously, even characters like Oz and Cordelia, we're still considering
Right, right,
main
right.
cast. So
No one,
we'll even
yeah,
go
no,
further.
yeah, let's go like a little
Yeah,
further. Like,
no one that's associated with the Scoobies, really.
yeah, no one.
Side character Drusilla is pretty great. I
You
like
know,
Drusilla a lot.
because that's what I was saying. I was thinking like Andrew and Warren and Jonathan, like those
Yeah, oh
guys,
yeah, they're great
they
too.
were
The
great.
nerds,
But
yeah.
you know who I think my favorite characters are in the whole show, aside from the Scoobies, and I know it sounds stupid, but I think Glory's henchmen might be my favorite.
The ones with the like the eyes that are sewn shut and everything, or
No,
is that season 7, right? That's
yeah, no, the ones who are just like fawning over her constantly and just thinking that she does everything amazing. You don't remember them? Oh my God! Hang on,
I don't off.
hang
Oh, I got it.
on. Yeah, they call it Glorificus Minions. They
Oh yes, okay,
those guys
yes.
because they're like
That's
they're so like everything they do is super silly and like they always give them like really great like dialogue and lines and they they're amazing. You need to watch it. I mean, if you haven't seen the show out there, go watch it. I really want to rewatch that whole freaking show, but there's just so much of it, and I don't have time
mhm.
right now. We are getting through all of the Marvel movies, which I'm very excited
That's
for. And
awesome.
dude, it's interesting to rewatch them on like honestly it's because it's been a while I have like I realized we watched the Iron Man, you know, we're watching them in order. We got to Iron Man 2 and I was like I haven't seen this since theaters. Like I was like I never
Yeah,
watched Iron Man 2, you know, like I Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3
dude.
I never even rewatched.
I read some not tragic, but like unfortunate news about Iron Man 2 is Mickey Rourke,
Mhm.
like I guess he like did like a super deep method actor character dive on Whiplash and like went into a Russian prison, learned all these things, and then they cut like 30 or 40% of his scenes, like
Oh
completely gutted his character. He had
yeah.
developed this whole
Oh
character and they literally cut that plot from the movie.
dude,
Which makes
honestly
sense because if you think about it, like
it
because
shows.
Whiplash feels so like crammed in, yeah.
It
And but
shows.
like they really they stole they I think they worried that Whiplash wasn't enough and they needed the War Machine at the end and all that and do all this craziness and like
Yeah.
but yeah
I
that sucks for Mickey Rourke. Like,
it was interesting to watch it, like to watch it back, and I was like, oh, he's barely in this movie, you know? He does the whole
mhm.
like we're gonna make Xerxes bleed thing, but it's not much. It's very interesting. That being
And
said,
that's what happened.
yeah, that's
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. But Tony Stark is pretty great. I like he's like consistently great so far. And and it's funny seeing how often they're just like, "Hey, you care about this guy. We're gonna make you think he's dead. You care about this guy. We're gonna make you think he's dead."
Mhm.
Like over and over. And then, like the Avengers, I didn't forget the ending of the Avengers, but we just watched it and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's crazy how they do this. How like I know what's going to happen, and I'm still feeling for Tony at the end when he's like doing the thing, the nuke, through the portal.
He's doing the
Versus like,
mission, yeah.
yeah, and I was just like, oh my
He was
god,
always, and that's why Endgame's ending is so perfect because like he was always willing to go that far.
and you know what's fun?
And
You know what's amazing?
go
What I
ahead.
didn't remember was the conversation he has with Captain America, where Captain America is basically like belittling him and talking crap and saying like, you're not the guy who would like jump on the bomb for everyone. And then
Hmm.
at the end of Avengers, here he is being the guy who's literally ushering the nuke and sacrificing himself, doing exactly what Captain America did, you know? So it's just
Hmm.
I don't remember that, but I also haven't seen the movie in freaking over, over a decade. It's
Hmm.
been a long time since I've seen the first Avengers movie. So it was cool. It's fun to watch that, and it's really interesting to see it knowing what's coming. I I will say, dude.
The Winter Soldier, I will say, my favorite
Oh,
non like Avengers movie. Surprisingly, when Captain America Winter Soldier, aside from Thor Ragnarok, that
yeah,
movie's awesome. But Captain America Winter Soldier is it's definitely the best Captain America movie, although it is competing against Civil War also, which is
yeah.
it's basically Avengers 2.5. I hate that
I
that's a Captain America movie,
I
but
always just look at it as Avengers. Like, yeah, I don't.
yeah, but it's technically a Captain
Oh, I
America,
know. Yeah, yeah.
which is what, yeah, it's why we follow Captain through the whole movie. But the Winter Soldier movie is so good, dude. It's a true like thriller, like
Mhm.
action thriller, and it's just so perfect. It was such a cool
I,
movie.
I'm excited to get to that one again because I know everyone like that's a popular opinion. Like people love that movie, and I liked that movie. I just like I didn't have that same response to it when I first saw it. I was like, oh, it's a good movie, but it's kind of like Halloween 3, like it's like when it first came out, people
Mm.
were like, people didn't really care, and then it just now it's like, oh my God, Halloween 3 is so innovative and interesting and unique and amazing. And people are like, "Oh, Winter Soldier is the best movie," and I'm like, I don't remember it very well, and I want to go freaking watch it. I think that's how
I
I
think
feel.
what it was too. It was coming. You got to figure it was coming off the Avengers. They like
Yeah,
won all these things. They're like, basically untouchable.
yeah,
And then like yeah, that movie just starts with like Nick Fury's apartment getting bombed, and like Shield isn't who we think they are, and there's
right. Oh,
Hydra, and there's like it goes crazy fast. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like we're like basically the world that we were told, the government that was supposed to be backing these Avengers characters
right.
is completely like compromised, and it's
Oh,
just it was a cool movie.
yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna get to it soon.
Thor Ragnarok's another one though. I mean, that movie. I wish Taika would have just like.
What's
I
next? Oh,
feel like what happened with Thor. I liked Thor Ragnarok is a fantastic movie. I
mhm.
feel like Love and Thunder Taika should have
Yeah,
pulled. It's like
yep,
he's like, oh, Ragnarok was popular, and then he doubled down on it and just
no,
missed the mark. Like,
yeah.
and I feel
And
it sucks because Love and Thunder had the best villain, like with freaking what's his name? Why can't
Christian Bale?
the god? What's his character's name? Why can't I think of
Oh, I
the
don't remember his
creature?
character's name.
He's the god. Yeah. Anyways, he actually has the sword that Null uses too.
Right.
I can't think of his name. But anyways, and Christian Bale did such a fantastic job as that character, but
But they
it was just too silly. It was
It,
way
it
too
was well,
silly
it was too
around
silly.
that.
They didn't do enough for with him, and yeah, there was a lot
Mhm.
going on. I understand some of the frustrations there, and also like they're at that part that they're at the part in the Marvel universe where you can tell they're trying really hard to pass a torch. They're like, is this one
Mhm.
working? Is this one working? Can we give them the
Mhm.
torch? And it's just like over and over, you feel like you like what I feel when I watch like the kind of later phase Marvel movies is I feel like they're looking at the audience like, is this one okay? Can we do this one? And like waiting for us to be like
Mhm.
no or yes, and I'm like I
Which
want
is like why did they mess up? Like here's the thing. Doctor Strange is a great torch passer too. I love Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange can continue. why did they make Wanda full villain mode? Wanda is a safe character moving forward. Like people loved is that no, it's not good. What's her name? Which Olsen is she? I forget her name.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen. Um like everyone loves that Wanda. Like,
Yeah.
why did they use a Doctor Strange movie to kill her? Like, it makes
And,
no sense. Like, why did they do
what
this?
and I know we're all over the place here. That's fine because I'm exhausted. If
Yeah.
you made it this far in the episode, thank you. I love you. I'm not gonna cut any of this stuff because I'm not concerned about it, and I don't want to edit because I'm exhausted and I'm sleepy and wish for the best for both of us. But Steven, that movie, I enjoyed it as a Sam Raimi fan. I liked a lot of like the horror elements and stuff. I love like the fun cameos that they threw in, knowing that like they weren't gonna really matter. The plot makes no sense to me. Like you can't. I just. I don't understand. I'm like, like if the Wanda in that movie didn't have kids.
Not to mention, she's resolved at the end of WandaVision. Like,
Yeah,
that's the thing that I don't
that's
understand is they
like
like
that's what
course
like,
corrected.
I don't know.
Like, yes, she found the Darkhold or whatever, or not. Is it the Darkhold? Is that the book she finds? I can't remember. But
Yeah,
anyways, like, ugh, I don't
yeah.
understand why they did that. Like, pivot. Like, it was you could have done it, but you didn't have to end it with her like just straight choosing murder. Like, she could have had a redemption moment in that movie and been stopped. She didn't have to be.
I mean,
The redemption moment didn't have to be her like crushing the statues onto herself and destroying the
right.
Darkhold. Like, I just
No,
don't get it.
that was all crazy. I don't like so much of that movie. I was just like, I don't love this. I don't like the only way that movie works or makes sense for me is if they're like, okay, we're going to use this and she's going to learn later that some kind of thing, like some kind of mutant was controlling her, doing something to make her go through all of that. And then
Hmm.
she's gonna hate mutants, and then they're gonna try to do that.
The No
House
More
of M.
Mutants,
Yeah, no more
House
mutants.
of M.
And like, I hope they never do that. Okay, I hope that doesn't
Hmm.
happen. I didn't like the House of M when it was live in comics. I wasn't a fan of it personally. Like I enjoyed some of the stuff. It was very dark. I like the
The
break.
best part about how the best part about House of M is that it led to Civil War, which was
Yeah,
cool. Like that's
yeah,
that's basically the best part about House of M. Like,
yeah. Yeah. It's just I don't know. Like all of those like big Marvel events that happen. Like the more recent ones. I just like that House of M and like Decimation. I'm just like, all right. Well, none of this is gonna matter. People are going to get their powers back. If they're gonna be different books and the continuity is never gonna work. It just blah. It does. It's like Captain America. Like, oh, you're dead. Okay, until the ratings are pretty low, and then we need you again. We're gonna bring you back in this movie, and you're gonna fight Doctor Doom.
yep.
Whatever you're gonna do. And it's just like that's fine if it works for the story, but like when it feels like they're just like, "Hey, can we pass this torch?" No, we're giving it back to this guy. I'm just like, all right,
We
I,
know what you guys want.
yeah. Well, but
I feel like there's plenty of characters to carry it. It's like I don't know what they were doing. I honestly don't. Like, it feels like their writing slipped too. That's why I don't understand. It's like you're already dealing with the fact that people are going to have to say goodbye to what they consider their best friends. Like in
yeah,
like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. Like these characters are all going away eventually, and
I,
some are already gone. Like
yeah.
you'd think you'd pour in the most creative efforts possible to like make these other characters interesting. And
I mean,
even as a comic fan, I kind of tuned
honestly,
out as
yeah.
Marvel
Well,
movies.
I feel like the Marvel fatigue, the superhero fatigue is very real with a lot of people. And we're saying that as people who make comic books and love comic books and have tattoo of comic books. Like we freaking I
Mm.
love this stuff. And that's why we're watching all of them because I love them. But also I was like you start feeling like oh they don't know what they're doing anymore like this like they're not confident in the story. They're not telling it because they're passionate about this thing anymore. They're telling it because they think they have to, and they're trying to perpetuate it regardless of whether or not they think it has any kind of momentum behind it. And that sucks, and it's very evident in things like the Kang dynasty and like what they were doing with all of that.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing, if they believed in that story, it wouldn't matter if they had to recast because they've done it before. Not to mention, you want to know who's the easiest character in the whole universe to recast, aside from like a Mystique or like a shapeshifter? A character who has a multitude of identities. A character who there's very
Hmm.
much that one was the Jonathan Majors, but guess what? The next one looks like blah blah blah, whoever you want to cast. It doesn't matter because they're infinite.
Which they've always shown as a possibility. They've already done that with John Krasinski and you know what I'm saying? Like as Mr.
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
it's
Like they've
yeah,
shown variations.
there are variations of
Sylvie with
characters.
Loki.
Exactly, dude. So like if you had confidence in that that timeline in that those movies, you'd recast and just it would be very simple and we'd all be like, okay, cool, I believe in this now. But instead you're like, no, we don't have this one actor because he sucks. So now we're gonna do something completely different. Like, all right, well that means you never had a great plan. Like, right? I
Hmm.
don't know. It makes
I feel
me
like they just I when it comes to those the King though, like I think really where they messed up is they kept titling these movies like Multiverse of Madness and like all these things,
yeah.
and really they didn't do multiversal stuff well at all. Like it
No.
was basically still grounded in our universe very much
Yep.
so. There didn't feel like there was universes colliding or
So,
connecting or touching. It just literally felt like this place has this place. And it was
yep.
like even like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. You're thinking
No.
at least Deadpool Wolverine showed him
Yep.
go like
Dude,
multiple timelines trying to find a Wolverine.
100%.
That was better than all of Multiverse of
It
Madness. Just
was.
him trying to find the Wolverine.
It
That
was.
one
It's
scene, that
so
two
funny that
minute
they did,
scene.
dude. And you're so right. And it's funny because I almost always I know Neil Gaiman sucks and everyone hates him because he did whatever he did. I don't know. Like, but here's the thing: Neil Gaiman always said, when people are telling you that something doesn't work with your story, they're almost always right. When they tell you how to fix it, they're almost always wrong. I really like
Mhm.
that because there's a lot of truth to it. But I feel that really heavily in that because I remember when like Multiverse of Madness was coming out, people were when the trailer came out, people were like, "Oh my God, look at this one frame! I think they're gonna go into the animated universe, and I think they're gonna see the X-Men here and the animated X-Men here, and they're gonna see." And I was like, if they do that, it would be incredibly crazy. It's hard to
Be
imagine
such so wild.
how you can make it work. But the fact that people were like, "Oh, this could happen," they're like, just extrapolating all these things from the trailer, and not only did none of it happen, it was like, like we saw a couple of characters, but it was like it all just felt very common and very much like. Anyway, this is look, Universe B, where we see the X-Men and we see, it's like, all right, this isn't cool. It
They
just felt,
didn't world build enough when they were in a universe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like there wasn't. They didn't. I
And
don't know. They just like they really slopped it up, and I think that's why they abandoned the. I think it was Jonathan Majors, but I also think they just abandoned it because they realized they just weren't building like because honestly, Doomsday would be so much better if we had the Kang story leading up to Doomsday
you
because that's
do,
what causes all of it.
do you
But
think, I was gonna say, do you think they're going to address Kang through Doomsday? Like, do you think he's going to be
I
like,
hope
and no, I think they should. I think they should be like, maybe. Okay, what if? And this is stupid. I'm not like I'm literally just had this idea. You can see my stupid face go. Oh, what if it's this? But like, what if Tony Stark in another universe killed Kang, like to stop him from doing all of that? And they worshipped him as
mhm,
this thing. And he's like, oh, well, I have to make sure other people aren't going to go through the universe trying to be the strongest version of their thing. And he goes through the different universes and doing that. And eventually we get to,
as yeah,
yeah. Um,
where we are now.
yeah. So it would be
I don't
interesting.
know, man.
But I feel like
Yeah,
they
I
should
think
address
or
it.
just even showing Doom going to like the like Council of Kings and just like killing all the kings would be a badass intro.
Dude,
That if that's the introduction scene to
that
Doomsday where we get introduced to Doctor Doom, like him just like
killing all
multiversally
the
like
gang.
destroying an entire like universe or something, like that
Yep.
would be amazing. And that could package that up and see make it, shut down. But real quick, when you were talking about superhero fatigue, I wanted to mention
Oh
this.
yeah.
I don't know if it's superhero fatigue or like what I'm saying. It's just bad writing because like I think back of Marvel Phase 5 or whatever it
Mhm.
is, and like Loki season 2 was strong. Like I
Mhm.
like was eyes glued to the TV watching Loki. And then what was another one? I mean, Deadpool Wolverine, like it was goofy and campy and definitely was just like a farewell to the Foxverse, basically.
Yeah.
But it was
Well,
very much enjoyable, you know what
no,
I'm saying?
I loved
But
it.
it was also a parody
I
of
think
itself,
yeah,
so
but I think a big part of it is the like Dragon Ballification of everything, right? Because
yeah,
I
or the
feel like
power scaling.
the power scaling, right? Because I feel like, when you watch Iron Man, you watch Iron Man 2 and like things, of course they escalate and of course they have to, right? Like it's you have bigger guns and they have bigger guns. We're gonna keep doing this until we're throwing grenades, then we're shooting nukes, and then we're whatever it may be. But like I feel like you need to earn a certain level. You need to earn Thanos. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like,
Hmm.
hey, we started with Iron Man and Captain America, and then we were like, we worked our way from the literal ground with punches to this like otherworldly craziness, right? And I will say, dude, watching the Avengers today, the Shatari when they come in the Avengers, like just introducing them, it was pretty sloppy. Like I was just like I
Yeah.
literally like when you watch that movie again, it's like, oh, okay, who are these guys? Why is this part of it? Wait, what? It's like okay, because they're keeping it a secret that it's Thanos pulling the strings, but the whole time it's like, oh, yeah, this guy Loki rules this, but you will rule the galaxy, and like it's like, okay, third party guy who I don't even remember what happens to you in the
Who
movies.
are
Do you remember what happens to that guy? Like who? I don't.
actually don't. Was that it wasn't even
Because I thought it was gonna be the priest guy. Because I think
it
that was
wasn't it wasn't the bad guy from Guardians, right?
no, because that's Ronan, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Ronan that
That's
was
Ronan.
talking.
It
Because
wasn't
Ronan
Ronan.
was one of Thanos' generals too, but
Yeah.
that's the whole. You see
So maybe
Thanos at the end of the first
and
Guardians too.
uh, and tell me below like, oh, where you see that
I
guy
forget actually.
because I don't remember. I don't remember that guy. So I was like, because I haven't watched these movies in a long, long time. Anyway, I'm super excited to go through them again and like kind of fill in the little gaps that my brain has. I am next up. We have Iron Man 3, followed by Thor 2, and then Winter Soldier. So I'm excited.
Thor 2 is a hard watch, man. It's so slow.
Oh
I don't think
yeah.
I've ever
I
even fully watched Thor 2. I think I
no,
fell asleep the first time. Yeah,
I
I
need to
think I
watch
just
it
caught
again.
myself at bad times.
Did you?
Yeah,
Dude. I mean,
I think I just didn't like the way it was filmed, like the dark. Like I think it was that's what it was. It was like just like the energy of the movie
yeah.
itself was like draining to me for some reason. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. I mean, it's like whatever. I mean, it's interesting that although they're all superhero movies, they all kind of fall into different genres. Like what you're saying with like
Hmm.
Captain America: Winter Soldier is like this like action thriller and stuff. It's weird and funny. I'm not sure. I'll let you know when we get through Thor 2. I'll let you know like how I feel about it now. I'm
Yeah,
not.
honestly, both times I've tried to watch Thor 2, it was like late where I was already tired. So
That's
that's the thing. It wasn't like a high energy Steven
yeah.
excited to watch Thor 2. So maybe that's why. But
Speaking of tired, Steven, I am literally passing out. So
I'm
let's
yeah.
let's talk about what we're gonna do this week.
We're getting that page 20 done for sure. And then
Heck yeah.
hopefully 21 because I only have 5 pages left. So
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna color at least one page. I'm gonna shoot for two. And other than that, I'm gonna get as much sleep as I can possibly get. And that's my life. I'm gonna try my best to like recover from this, help my wife through the sickness, and like I mean Atlas is already like feeling better, so he's
that's
ready.
great.
Like, dude, I'm just ready to like recover from this and like move forward and get this stuff done. But otherwise, that's what we're doing this week. Let us know what you're working on. Let us know if you have any fun projects. Let us know what you think of the Marvel movies. Or there's a new Wonder Man series that just dropped. So let us know if that's worth watching.
Yeah, I'm excited to check that
I
out too.
haven't seen anything about it. I just saw that it's available. And I think once we get through all of these, we'll start going through some of the shows a little bit. Definitely Loki again. But I
Show
definitely,
wise, WandaVision and Loki is really all you need, if I'm
yeah.
honest.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I'm straight honest, it's just Loki and
Well,
WandaVision.
yeah, because
That's
the those are the only ones that are like integral, right? Because like everything else was like
yeah.
on the peripheral and touched on
I would
things
even
that
say
aren't
Loki more
canon.
so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Loki's the whole TVA. I mean, that's
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah, and yeah, definitely. But I'll let you guys know what I think of all this nonsense. But let me know what you think of all the movies, and also if you watch Wonder Man, because I am curious to know about that. But until next time, just know that we love you. Know that we're thankful for you. Know that we are freaking here for you if you need
we
anything.
love you guys so much.
But yeah, do let us know. Let us know what you're working on. Let us know if you happen to read any of our books and what you think of them. Only if it's nice. If it's not nice, you didn't make it this far in the episode because there's no
You
way
can
you
drop the
watch
hate
it.
on me
But,
because
like,
I can take it. I can take it.
I
Can't
can't.
take it.
I can't. I would not. It's not that I can't take it. I just don't want to deal with it. But if you made it this far in the episode, and you hate our guts. I think I love you. I think we're friends. We're secretly friends. But anyway, until next time, I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been We Have Issues. Get some sleep. I love you. Goodbye.
Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Hello. Hey everyone. I am exhausted. Oh boy, it is about time for us to record this podcast that we record, and I am very tired. I have not slept. It has been a couple days, and I have just it's been a few days since I've had like a good night's sleep. And by a few days, I mean probably all year. No, yeah, God, I don't know. I'm just I think it was just like the wedding and just all this stuff and this the stress of it all just like building and like getting to me. But then once I got back to work, it was just like all this work stuff. There's just always so much going on, and I don't know. I just for some reason my body just has not been able to rest, and I'm just deeply in need of a moment, you know? Um, anyway, that being said, we're still going to record tonight. I'm going to do my best. Don't feel particularly interesting or funny or any of that stuff, but I rarely do. So, it's never stopped me before.